Happiness hacks. 10 science-proven strategies to increase happiness. Happiness is an elusive goal. Everyone seems to want it, but if it were easy to attain, the whole world would be happy and we wouldn't need to keep searching for it. It's not easy to be happy most of the time, but there are some happiness hacks that we can apply to make us happier. 10 happiness hacks backed by science. Here are 10 scientific ways you can change your life to make your days just a bit more joyful. 1. Increase your physical activity level. One of the most popular New Year's resolutions is to exercise, and science has shown how vital it is to our lives. According to a study mentioned in the book The Happiness Advantage, exercise has a significant impact on our level of happiness. This study essentially examines 3 patient categories that suffer from depression. Medication, physical activity, or a mix of the two are used to treat depression in these 3 patient groups. Here is what they discovered. The groups were then tested 6 months later to assess their relapse rate. Of those who had taken the medication alone, 38% had slipped back into depression. Those in the combination group were doing only slightly better, with a 31% relapse rate. The biggest shock, though, came from the exercise group. Their relapse rate was only 9%. This study found that exercise was the most effective way to reduce depression. According to a further study published in the Journal of Health Psychology, exercisers report feeling better about their bodies, which in turn makes them happy. 1. What are you waiting for? Every piece of evidence indicates that exercise leads to a happier life. Get moving right now. You will be happy if you start small and develop a regular exercise habit. 2. Get more quality sleep. The significance of sleep for our quality of life cannot be overstated, since we sleep for approximately 1/3 of our lives. This fascinating net-doctor study demonstrates the impact of sleep on happiness. People who nap in the afternoon become less sensitive to negative emotions but more receptive to good ones, according to the study. In addition to causing emotional issues, this study demonstrates that getting more sleep can also have positive emotional effects. To put it another way, those who get good sleep are happier and more optimistic overall. 3. Put down your cell phone. Frequent smartphone use was linked to worse grades, increased anxiety, and less enjoyment, according to a Kent State University study that polled over 500 students. 2. Aristotle even praised moderation in everything. Technology and cell phones are no different. Our enjoyment is significantly diminished when we utilize even the greatest technologies excessively. As a result, putting down your phone will make you happier. 4. Take more social time. As you may already be aware, failing to spend enough time or maintain contact with friends and family is one of the top 5 regrets of the dying. 3. We can increase our happiness and general quality of life by spending more time with the people we care about. Dan Gilbert, a psychology professor at Harvard University, provides an excellent explanation. We are happy when we have family. We are happy when we have friends, and almost all the other things we think make us happy are actually just ways of getting more family and friends. It's interesting to note that social relationships not only increase your happiness but also enhance your quality of life. Using a shadow pricing approach, a study that was published in the Journal of Socioeconomics calculates that your relationships are worth an extra $131,232 a year. 4. To catch up with your relative who lives in a different city, simply give them a call. In fact, you'll be happier for it. 5. Spend more time outdoors. In his book The Happiness Advantage, Sean Aker, a lecturer at Harvard University and the Wharton School of Business, claims that even just 20 minutes outside in pleasant weather can increase happiness, thinking, and working memory. This claim is further supported by another investigation. 5. It's stated that most people find the ideal location to be outside on a warm, bright weekend afternoon, close to the sea. The study's participants really reported being significantly happier outside in all natural settings than they were in cities. If you wonder what's the best temperature that maximizes our happiness, you will be amazed that a research by the American Meteorological Society found that happiness is maximized at 13.9 degrees C. 6. Spend 2 hours a week helping others. It may surprise you to learn that spending money on others, also known as pro-social spending, increases happiness more than purchasing goods for ourselves. Participants in a Harvard research received a little amount of money. 7. Of these, Half were instructed to spend the money on their own purchases, and the other half were asked to spend it on purchases for other people. They discovered the following. Participants who were asked to recall a purchase they had made for someone else said they felt more happier right away after recalling it. More significantly, the happier they felt, the more likely they were to decide to use a windfall on someone else going forward. One possible route to long-term pleasure is thus provided by these findings, which show preliminary evidence of a positive feedback loop between prosocial expenditure and well-being. Prosocial spending raises happiness, which in turn promotes prosocial spending. Not surprisingly, the majority of millionaires and billionaires are heavily involved in charitable endeavors. Happiness has been shown to rise with philanthropy. Spending money isn't the only way to help others. You can also donate your time, for instance, by volunteering. This study from Zurich, Switzerland, lends credence to the idea that volunteering increases life pleasure. 8. So, how much time should you spend helping others? The blog Buffer has concluded that 100 hours per year, or 2 hours per week, is the optimal time we should dedicate to helping others, in order to enrich our lives and be happier. 9. 7. Meditate. As you may have heard, meditation is crucial. It's true that meditation enhances your ability to focus, be clear, pay attention, be peaceful, and, you guessed it, be happy. The brain scans of 16 participants before and after an 8-week mindfulness meditation course were examined by a hospital study team. This study found that after finishing the course, the participants' brains decreased in areas related to stress and developed in areas related to self-awareness and compassion. 10. What are you holding out for? Meditation will make your life happier, so start doing it immediately. 8. Practice gratitude. The act of being grateful for the small things in life is known as gratitude. Happiness has been shown to rise when thankfulness is practiced. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology indicates that cultivating an attitude of thankfulness, or consciously focusing on blessings, has positive effects on one's emotions and relationships with others. 11. Therefore, remember to be thankful for everything in your life, since many others are not as fortunate as you. 9. Spend money on experience, not things. Everyone is aware that money cannot purchase happiness in and of itself, but if you must spend it to find fulfillment, choose to spend it on an experience rather than a pricey toy. According to a study published in Psychological Science, people who tended to spend their money on doing rather than having ended up with superior results over time. The perceived superiority of anticipating an event, like a trip, over anticipating having an item, like shoes, was blamed for this impact. 12. 10. Practice your spirituality or faith. A study published in Frontiers in Psychology revealed that people who actively followed their faith were happier than both those who had a religion but didn't practice and those who weren't religious, despite the fact that religion alone isn't a very good indicator of happiness. 13. While it's not necessary to be religious to be happy, you might want to develop a spiritual habit if you do have theological tendencies. An additional note. Over the course of more than 80 years, a comprehensive Harvard study of happiness known as the Harvard Grant Study came to the following conclusion. In 14. Close relationships, more than money or fame, are what keep people happy throughout their lives. One of the things that people in today's world forget the most is having a tight and healthy relationship with oneself. Many people have been neglecting their own bodies, primarily by not exercising regularly and eating foods lacking in essential nutrients. Even though we are aware that our habits shape our lives, we continue to disregard them. Conclusion. You are fully in control of your own habits, your own body, and your own life. Use the information above as a guide to live a happier and more fulfilling life. Reference. 1. Journal of Health Psychology. Despite no change in body weight or form, 6 40-minute workouts enhance body image. 2. Research from Kent State University indicates that frequent cell phone use is associated with anxiety, poorer academic performance, and decreased student happiness. 3. The Guardian, the top 5 dying people's regrets. 4. Science Direct, putting a price tag on friends, relatives, and neighbors, using surveys of life satisfaction to value social relationships. 5. Scientific Reports. Spending at least 120 minutes a week in nature is associated with good health and well-being. 6. American Meteorological Society Journal, Weather and Individual Happiness. 7. Carrot Harvard study. Happiness runs in a circular motion. Evidence for a positive feedback loop between prosocial spending and happiness. 8. SSRN. Is volunteering a self-rewarding activity? 9. Buffer. 10 easy activities you can do right now that will increase your happiness, supported by science. 10. Carrot effects of training in compassion and mindful attention meditation on the amygdala's reaction to emotional stimuli in a normal, non-meditative state. Front Human Neuroscience. 11. Carrot, an experimental study of thankfulness and subjective well-being in day-to-day living, published in JPAS Soc Psychol. 12. Carrot psychological science. Waiting for Merlot. Anticipatory consumption of experimental and material purchases. 13. Carrot frontiers in psychology. Satisfaction with life and character strengths of non-religious and religious people. It's practicing one's religion that makes the difference. 14. Carrot Harvard study. Good genes are nice, but joy is better. Thanks for watching USA Signal, your source for real news, real fast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.